the Antichrist. You got me in a vendetta kind of mood.
Hi. Welcome to Spoons and Things. I'm your host, Kevin Berkeley, along with my sidekick, Wet Willy Wonker. Good to be with you. Wet Willy Wonker. Wasn't that a porn? Let me tell you about porn. Before I do it, I'll do the formal introduction. Welcome to the live lineup where you get my show, Louder with Crowder. And speaking of that fella, I will be on a show tomorrow morning and Thursday morning in Texas with him live in his studio. Always a lot of fun. He's got a sketch lined up for me. Something about me being an angry, I won't even say. Louder with Crowder and all these other great shows you get for free. If you want to watch it all ad-free, sign up for Rumble Premium. And don't forget to download the Rumble app. You can actually order from Arby's on it. No, it's a joke, folks. Today I'm going to be talking about a transformer or lawmakers discuss. A transformer? Is that what you... That's Jason. Jason's adding some comedy to the intros. A transformer, it's a movie, right? It's a former lawmaker transitioning and how he likes to touch children. So also we get footage of a small plane crash in Florida. A tragic thing, but the fact that today when things go down, there's always a camera there, including my wife. Listen, what? Honey, you know, I'm kidding. Tony, I'm kidding. I was kidding, Alvy. I was kidding. Truce. A small plane crash that killed a couple of Muppets in the pool. And what a real American mayor looks like. You know how we have these fucking mayors, like the one in Minneapolis who gave a speech in Somali yesterday? I mean, could you just say you hate this country anymore? And then we, back in the day, you had de Blasio, and now fucking Tampon Tim. He's a governor, not even a mayor. He's a governor. All these girly politicians. Remember Adam Kinzinger? He cries every time he spoke, and all these fruit cups. But we're going to revisit the past, and you guys, when I show you this, you're going to go, oh yeah, Nick talks about this guy. He's actually on some of these sound drops that I play that you guys like. Nice Italian fellow from the East Coast who was a cop for years and then became mayor. And let me tell you something. If it was a different time, if he did the shit he was doing back then today, he'd be in a Turkish prison for the next 1,000 years. You crumb creep. So what the fuck else before I get going? Good. I'm glad you guys. I appreciate the feedback yesterday about the tone of the show. I'm just trying to. I still read the news. Don't get me wrong, because when I go to Crowder, I got to know what's going on, and I'm going to do that anyway. But I actually have fun doing this, and it wasn't getting fun anymore, because the stories all have the same theme running through them. People on the right, traditionalists, normal, left, fucking lost. Crazy, insanity, hateful fucks since they were the day they were born, the day they were born. I can't even. Hello, hi. Yeah, what is that?
The Ambien talking.
Yeah, oh, it is. Took a couple Ambien last night. Why? Because the night before I didn't. The key for me is to not bring that phone in the fucking room. And I'm not even looking at shit that's worth looking at. I'm watching bus crashes in Sao Paulo and people being gunned down at a barbershop in actual Mexico. That's the shit. I'm like, it's fascinating. Road rage incidents, people actually, then I go to, Russia always has cameras. A guy's trying to pass a bus and here comes another bus, just evaporates him like a deer. How do you, and I go to, plus they say the lights, and I know for a fact, that's gotta be true. The lighting, It squashes the melatonin in your brain, whatever that is. And cut to me, it's 4 a.m, I'm doing handstands in my bedroom cartwheels. I look like I'm in a fucking ESPN high school gymnastics. I'm just fucking wide awake. So last night I was like, ugh. Took 2. And watched the NFL. 6 I got right out of 15. Oh, what a horrible year I'm having. And it makes it worse because my brother, He's kicking some ass. I hope he wins the fucker. But I'm looking at the pool, and I'm not shitting you. Everybody I was related to, and there's about 14 people in this pool I'm related to. Everybody did better than me. Newborn babies, retarded cousins. But I looked. My mom was in there somewhere above me. My brother-in-law, my sister Donna, two of my nieces, my nephew Anthony. Let's put it this way. There's 106 people. I was like 95th. Reminds me of college. How can you, in that league? Do you understand? How can you? And I'm not, this is what I'm doing this time. I follow the league, but you're silly if you think you know what you're doing. Although I guess there's AI models now that you can say, and I'm wondering who's using those and if they can help. But even that, it doesn't matter. So what I'm doing this time, literally, I'm writing down the names of all the teams and crumpling them up and putting them in a paper bag, and I'm reaching in. I used to gamble for real on football, like with real money, but that's when I had no money, so it made it even more exciting. You know, when your net worth is $1,400 and you get a $2,500 bet on the Patriots, and boy, you're like, then you cry in the car on the way home. I don't want to get this money. My buddy Al Barbaro, he used to take action, as they say. He took a little action back in the day. And he was living in my same apartment building in Malden, Massachusetts. First of all, he loved to gamble himself because his dad was a gambler and shit. And I remember I had already moved out of the building. He was still there. I hadn't seen him in about a year. I was in the area. I go back to visit him. I knock on the door, same building. I go in. It's a Tuesday night. And I've already told this, so a few people bear with me that already heard it. It's a Tuesday night. A Tuesday night. Come on in. He's in right away. He's in a wife beater and his underwear. And there's no furniture in the apartment. And he sits down against the wall. He's sitting against a wall because he's nothing to sit on. The TV's there. And it's the Hartford Whalers and the Bruins. And I go, what are you doing? I got 5 dimes on Hartford. He was unemployed at this point. He used to do this with his hair. He would twirl his hair when he was nervous. He had no furniture. And he had, right before that, months before that, or maybe the previous year, when the Patriots went to the Super Bowl, the Patriots covered the spread the first 3 or 4 games. So he jumped on them for the rest of the year. And wouldn't you know, they covered like 8 weeks, 10 weeks. He won $140,000 in cash. This is like a year or 2 prior. He brings me in his bedroom. There's the fucking money stacked. It was like a movie. I don't see him for about 6 months. I go, what you do with all that money? He goes, I lost all of it back except for I paid 2 months rent and I bought a used car for $1,200. Said it like it didn't faze him. You got to be in the action. Yeah, okay. I think I'll be boring. I think I was working for those commercials you guys see late at night? Do you have a great invention? I worked for one of those companies. Boy, do I got stories there. Oof. And the boss was a woman, and I loved her. Suzanne, I shouldn't say her. Suzanne K, let's call her, but she was Albanian. So she was balls to the fucking walls. Loved her. She was a bubbly, heavy-set chick who knew how to make fucking money. And we would sit there and go, yes, I did get your package. We'd send out packages. If you have a nice idea, you fill it in. And we would do research on the idea if we liked it. And that research would cost you $600-700. We sent it to our research lab, which is the men's room 3 feet down the hall. And they said, you cannot, you cannot make promises. That's called pitching hot. You can't pitch hot. In other words, we guarantee you this will make $20,000 we were told that. Do not fucking, and every once in a while they would listen in to see if you were doing that or not. This is the funniest thing ever. So I was sort of new, and two other guys were new, and they said, we want you to listen in on Jerry D'Amico. Jerry D'Amico, an old Italian guy. Listen to how he made money selling timeshares in Aruba with Joey LaMotta in real life. Can I make that up? So we're listening it in, and nobody else is. The bosses aren't paying attention. Three guys are listening to Jerry, and he's like, yes. Change voice totally. Oh, Mrs. Thompson, we got the idea. I mean, this is brilliant. Yeah, I know. It's hand cream, and the bottle is shaped like a penis. Is that right? I'm not kidding you. I'm not kidding you, Jason. This is what it was. He goes, let me tell you something. We did the research. I don't see, and I've been around a long time, I don't see you doing any less than 30 to 40,000 units this year. All the three of us new guys are going, no wonder why he's bringing in 80, 90 grand a month. Pitching, hot, our hair was on fire. He did everything but say, I'll come there and fucking cut your lawn. Oh my God, we were laughing our ass off. Oh, no doubt about it. And then every once in a while, one of these fuckers would come in. You know? They'd be from another part of the country and go, I want to see your operation. I remember one of my guys did it. I ran to my fucking boss, who was the manager, this guy, Bill White. I go, Bill, this guy wants to come in. He's like, no, give me it. Give me that fucking phone. Starts talking to the guy. I'm the senior executive. Come on in, blah, 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 blah. Meanwhile, you know, everybody else has to lock their doors the day the guy comes in because we have like nude mannequins and shit and Nerf ball. Fucking. Hope I'm not fucking ruining some companies out there. Let's just put it this way. It was could have a bit of a fly-by night. I think she changed the name of the company at least 3 times while I was there. So I go, I guess she just can't make, she's very finicky, I guess. Have no idea why. Anyways, that was one of my great jobs. God, I lived a fucking few feet away. Just down the street. One more quick story. Just down the street, I still remember the sofa. Why do I remember the sofa? It was one of those sectionals that went on for about 100 yards, right? That wrapped around your living room. I saw an ad in the paper. That's right, in the paper back then. I had to go to, where was that guy living? I want to say Medford or Malden, Mass. City guy, Italian guy. I bring my cousin Eric to help me load it, rented a truck. We're carrying it. Oh, God, this is one of the hardest I've ever laughed. Me and my cousin Eric are carrying it. We get there as Italian as can be, right? Older, I say older. He's probably younger than I was then. But he's got the wife beater on and shit, the heavy fucking Boston accent. I go, Eric, grab that in. We're starting to go up the stairs. All of a sudden, a bunch of Polaroid. If you guys are too young to know what that is, you remember you take a picture and have to develop. A bunch of Polaroids start falling out of the couch, right? I look down. It's the guy that I'm buying it from with 2 hookers. And one of the hookers has a dildo in his... And he's like this. And then the other ones are the stripper with her ass like this. And he just looks, the guy goes, oh shit. My cousin Eric had to put down the couch. It was fucking crying. There must have been 10 of them. How do you not know there's like 10 snaps of whores under you? So I look at that guy, I said, where do I get this thing steam clean? Since you've left more DNA on it than the fucking... I can't think of anything funny. Capasanca. Guy's scooping him up. Oh, my God. Who was I going out with at the time? They were afraid to sit on the couch. I'm like, oh, for Christ. I said, I've been sleeping on it. I get crabs once. Get in there. Let's get to it, folks. Sick bastards is the headline. The country's first openly trans lawmaker directed his partner on how to abuse children as young as 3 at a Massachusetts daycare before asking her if the evil pair would still go to heaven.
What's this motherless fuck's name?
I'll tell you in a minute. Twisted New Hampshire ex-politician Stacey Marie Lawton. Looks like that Porter woman. There's a really ugly woman, the Democrats, who a couple weeks ago there was footage of her yelling at her. Born Barry Lawton, in other words, that's a man transitioning. Oh, much better. Much better. Holy shit, you're bangable now. What the fuck? How did we not look at this as mental illness from the beginning? Why did we ever? There are some that look like women. But that's guy who's Barry Lawton on the right, and he turned into Stacey Marie Lawton. I like to know, where do they pick the names to? 41 years old, pleaded guilty in the heinous case last week. Faces up to 30 years in prison on federal child pornography convictions after exchanging despicable images with his partner, 40-year-old Lindsay Groves, seen here on the left. That looks like every offensive guard at Michigan in the last 20 years. They got the long hair, scary eyes close together. In sickening, listen to this. So biologically, well, I don't know. I'm sitting here with Jason, whose IQ is about 230. I'm trying to figure out, when you have a couple like this, and this guy's a biological, but he's now the trans woman, that means he wants a straight guy. I don't even know. You guys at home, my wife would go, that's definitely a woman on the left. You don't fucking know that anymore. I think it's a guy. I don't know. I couldn't figure out what the dynamic was. You could show this to Elon Musk, the smartest guy on the planet. He'd look at this for 20 minutes and go, what the fuck, am I a rocket scientist? I have no idea. Yeah, you are. I gotta get out of here. I'm building spaceships. This is... Anybody? Ugh. Anyways, the pair discuss in detail their perverted fantasies as Lawton, a former state legislature, of course, Massachusetts, egged on his partner to abuse the children in her care. Oh, are you calling? We're referring to the guy for what he wants in her care? That's the other thing I hate when you do these articles. That much we know, that's a biological male. Yet they're actually, appeasing him by wanting to be called a her, and pronouns are twat and zone. Twat zone. I don't know what that means. Groves, on the left, the beauty, sent at least 4 explicit pictures of children between the ages of 3 and 5 to Lawton. Ugh, my blood pressure's going through the roof. All taken at the Creative Minds Day. Creative Minds Day? I don't like the name of that place. You go there, oh, they're going to let the kids, do arts and crafts and shit. Meanwhile, they're talking about themselves. What can we do that pink little 4-year-old asshole? Sick fucks. Creative Minds Daycare in Tingsboro, Mass., where he worked, I'm saying, May 2022 and June 2023. Wow, what a stint. In between lurid instructions to his then partner on how to abuse the children, Lawton expressed his fears that the pair would be arrested for their heinous acts. Listen, this is a quote from him. Lots of parents don't like people touching their kids, and it's against the law, added the Democrat ex-politician who was previously forced to resign twice as a state representative with New Hampshire House over separate legal issues, not even to do with this. Does anybody go to jail for anything anymore? In another text on June 14, 2023, Lawton talked about wanting to become a church minister. Yeah, there you go. Because, there's a ton of kids there. There's altar boys, all kinds of shit. I can fuck them. You can play the organ. And ask Groves if he will still go to heaven despite his crimes. So this perv is worrying about going to... He says, do you think God is okay with us being bad girls? He said. I think Donna Summer wrote a song about these guys. No, somebody did a fucking cover of her original one to this. Bad girl, talking about sad girl. He said, according to the criminal complaint, adding, do you think we still have a place in heaven? What do you mean still? Let me tell you something. If you're not headed to hell, nobody is. Again, you know me. I don't know that shit exists. I don't say it does. It doesn't. I don't know. I just pray on my deathbed I'm fucking right about that one. But I'm guessing. I'm going to go out on a wild limb, folks. I'm no fucking ethics professor. But when you're cornhole and finger popping 3-year-olds, yeah, I think you'll be sitting next to Beelzebub, whatever his fucking name is. Do you think God would still be okay with me being a minister?
It's a sick question. You're a sick fuck, and I'm not that sick that I'm going to answer it.
Wow. Groves texted back, yes, of course he did. Yes, God is okay with it, and we will still go to heaven, and he thinks you'll be a great minister. This is that's the think of them mentally ill people. Oh, God loves when you pour kids in the ass. Oh, God, yeah. You know who might not like it, though, if we get caught? Yeah, the 3 black dudes in the day room when you're trying to use the phone. They may... They're in education. They're in church. They're everywhere. They're in your neighborhood. Dan Cook had a great joke about that. He saw some website that, it showed where sex offenders in your neighborhood are. So he was in some apartment. He put his and he was surrounded. He said it was literally, they were orange dots. He goes, it was just a whole thing was orange and mine was the only... What in God's name? Anyways, not really funny, but it is funny. I mean, because the fact that people are trying to give those people, guys like that, the benefit of the doubt and wanting us to go, you have to call me she. Oh, don't worry. You'll be called she plenty of times at, Walpole State if it's still open. Anyways, if you guys have been struggling with your weight, your energy, or your hormone levels, it's time to take better care of your gut. Bioma makes it easy. It's a gut supplement that has prebiotics, probiotics, and postbiotics to get your microbiome acting like it should. Just take 2 capsules before breakfast and you're good to go. They sent me some of this and I've been using it since the colonoscopy. You develop a lot of bloating and stuff. It takes a day or 2. I took this stuff the minute I got home and I'm still taking it. Things have been moving gently, should I say, through the woods. It is. The gut stuff's the most important. Healthy gut can seriously change your life, both in and out of the stall. Hello, I'm Mr. Ed. Bioma helps calm your brain fog, which I have, anxiety, and those mood swings. When your gut's better, your life is better. It does. It all starts there. Feel like hell? Bioma's got your back. To get started, just click the link in my show notes and press in code NICKDIP. That's code NICKDIP for 15% off your order when you click the link in the show notes below. And we thank them for sponsoring the show very much. Know what I'm saying? That's it, folks. If you want to watch the whole show live and free, go to Rumble and sign up for free. And while you're at it, go to nickdip.com for tour dates and merch. We'll see you guys next time.
Hi, good night, everybody.